Welcome back, everybody. This is Mike from the Mr. Guns and Gear channel, and the folks over at Core Belt sent a few questions out, so we're going to do kind of a quick Q&A video here. So go ahead.
What is your drink of choice?
Drink of choice. So generally speaking, it's wine. I don't really do liquor these days. It kind of hurts the next day a little too much at my age, but wine we'll go with typically Cabernet of some sort.
What is your go-to shooting spot?
Go-to shooting spot, I would say in terms of normal operations is the farm that I shoot on. However, the one I probably, it's tough to say, but the one I probably enjoy the most is Rock Castle Shooting Center up in Kentucky. For those that haven't been there, it's really, really cool. You can shoot in a cave, for example. They have a really cool 1,500 meter range as well. They actually use that to test the Barrett rifles out there. They're long range precision rifles, but it's a really cool facility out there that has stuff that you just can't do a lot of other places.
What is your go-to knife?
Go-to knife, it's one. If you didn't just ask me, I'd be able to tell you. But it's I want to say it's Zero Tolerance. I can't think of the model number. It is their standard one. It's like 120 bucks. They're very, very common. Zero Tolerance. Shoot me a message on Facebook. I'll get you the exact model. I can't remember off the top of my head.
How did you get started reviewing guns and gear, and what prompted you to create a YouTube channel?
Okay, so I've talked about this a ton on my channel, but quick overview. My wife, when we were first dating, we got a gun in. It was a Glock 19, and it simply would not work. Sent it back to Glock. They said it was good to go, and then I was upset because they sent back a gun that wouldn't work, and essentially went out and she was holding the camera, and we filmed the videos showing that it didn't work, and I uploaded it to YouTube because I wanted it to actually be posted on Glock Talk, which is a forum, and that was the only reason I even uploaded it to YouTube, so that way I can put it in the forum. And that video just went viral and went crazy, and that's kind of how it all started.
Follow-up to that, SIG or
Glock. SIGs are good. They're pistols anyway, in general, particularly like their P226, 2229. But I tend to like Glocks. That's the first gun I ever shot, so for me, the weird Glock grip angle wasn't that weird.
What's your EDC pocket dump?
EDC pocket dump. Well, today I'm traveling, I'm on the road. I have a microphone in this pocket, so there's that. I have a beanie because I'm in Illinois in the winter and it's cold as can be. I have in this pocket a Streamlight. This is a micro USB rechargeable Stylus Pro. And then cell phone here, iPhone 11 Plus Pro. And then to not be, I don't know if I just went out of frame or not, but to not be flagging anybody, LCP right now because I'm on the road. It's just very easy to conceal wherever I am, but that gun does change. Check out my YouTube channel. I have a video on what I carry, and there's a few different guns that go in that role. That's really the smallest one I'll ever leave the house with.
What is your pet peeve at the gun range?
Pet peeve at the gun range is guys or gals, well, either way, but honestly, I've never seen it be a gal. Guys or gals with huge egos who put down the new folks out there who are making mistakes. Instead of trying to help them, they end up just alienating them from our community. So, yeah, people who aren't welcoming to new folks, for sure.
What's your advice for a beginner at the range?
Advice for the beginner at the range is try to seek out someone who you think is knowledgeable, right? So sometimes that person may not be that knowledgeable, and that happens, right? But learning from those who have already learned, essentially, is probably the way to go. There's a lot of classes out there now. In 2019, things have really changed. There's a lot of classes out there designed literally for new shooters. So something like that is not intimidating, and just soak up as much info as you can because there's a lot to learn out there. That said, the basics can be learned pretty quickly. So again, don't be intimidated by it.
What are your thoughts on prepping?
Thoughts on prepping. So I've touched on this a little bit on my channel, but it depends how you find prepping, right? If you're talking about full bore, digging a bunker and stuff like that, by all means, if you want to, have at it. I in no way would ever say someone could be over prepared, but I think most people are under prepared. Here in, well, where I live in Carolina, there was a hurricane and shut down I-95 for like 2 weeks a couple of years ago. And there was a food shortage, you know, modern day, and people were freaking out about it. And that was just 2 weeks. And again, you could drive 30 minutes and you could find food. It wasn't a big deal. It was just some spots it was out. So having some sort of preparations for those sorts of things, which absolutely happen from time to time, whether it be you live in the Northeast and you have a nor'easter, or in the South there's hurricanes, out west there's earthquakes, those sorts of things. So I think it's foolish to not have any sort of prepping done. But how far you want to take it, I guess, is up to you.
What is your go-to hunting rifle?
So for this one, for me, is probably a little different than most folks, because I very rarely go hunting, like with the intent of hunting. That said, I shoot animals relatively frequently, because where I shoot, the field I shoot in, we just got hogs in there a couple years ago. They're migrating, well, I guess everywhere across America, and just expanding their territory. So for me, it tends to be the rifle that's zeroed at the time. But typically, I would say more often than not, when I engage them, it's typically an AR-10, because I almost always have one at the range. Lately, it's been the Palmetto State Armory PA-10 Gen 3, whatever their newest one is. And if I don't have that, honestly, with hogs, where I am, they're not that big, so really any AR-15 with M193 drops them reasonably reliably.
If Bigfoot starts running towards you,
Okay.
1, what's your weapon of choice? 2, what's your action plan?
All right, so Bigfoot's running towards me. My weapon of choice is obviously whatever I have on me. If I had the ability to choose what's on me, I would probably, Bigfoot's running at me, I'm gonna go with my Barrett M107A1. However, if I'm limited to what I have on me, let's say I had my LCP on me and there was somebody else around, just put that in that person's knee, and then, let Bigfoot get that person and move on with the day.
And last question, what is something most people don't know about you?
Most people don't know about me, and I think I posted a few videos on Instagram, is I'm a pretty good dancer, like for real. I was into dance as like an activity as a child, so, and then into college as well. So yeah, I can pop and lock, if you will, like turbo and ozone. Thanks guys, hopefully you guys found this mildly entertaining, but if you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, this is not what I typically do. I do gun reviews, gear reviews, those sorts of things. Go ahead and check it out, and thanks to Core for sending the questions out.